Now I can talk about my love of playing words with friends, but like if I was single, people are like, don't talk about playing word games. You're gonna scare them. It's like, what?
It's one thing when I bring on incredible, legendary actors and actresses. It's another thing when I bring on my friend who happens to be incredible and legendary. She's been in Bring It On, Birth of a Nation, Bad Boys. She gets down. Anything she does, she turns it into gold. I'm talking about my friend, Gabrielle Union. Ladies and gentlemen, Gabrielle Union in the building. Gabrielle Union.
What up,
man? What up? What up? We sit right over here. So look at both beautiful. Are we going all the way?
We've been drinking buddies for too long. No, stop it.
Yeah, when the last time you turned up? When the last
Yesterday.
time you turned up?
Yesterday. Check my IG feed.
Check IG. What movie changed your life?
Grease.
Grease. Why was I expecting Spike Lee? Was I stereotyping just now?
A little bit. But I mean, I've always loved a musical. But Grease, this idea of music and hot girls and you know, because I was very, you know, raised kind of sheltered, and you know, nice girls did XYZ, and I was like, well, nice girls don't look like they're having a lot of fun. And then the Pink Ladies, these bad, the girls who are bad, that they seem to have all the fun, all the dudes, matching jackets, and I can literally say the whole movie verbatim, but it changed
Name something.
everything.
Can you say something from Grease? Just anything.
Chacha Di Gregorio, the best dancer from St. Bernadette's, with the worst reputation. There are worse things I could do than go with a boy or two. Even though the neighborhood thinks I'm trashy and no good, I suppose it could be true. But there are worse things I could do. And then I set out in my own real life to find out what those worst things were. And I've had a great time ever since. You know.
Oh my God. What else did you grab from?
There's moments, especially when I was doing Being Mary Jane, where I say, what would Angela Bassett do? Wow. And then I go back to, you're the bad motherfucking influence. You know, that's, and I try to think, how would she prepare for this moment?
Angela Bassett. Oh, Ike now.
Oh, I mean, between What's Love Got to Do with It and Waiting to Exhale.
Wow.
I mean, all the performances in both of those, huge influence on how I even prepare.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Because you know, like a lot of times you look at a script, you're like, okay, that's like a nothing line. It's a throwaway line. But you're like, Angela Bassett wouldn't throw it away. Angela Bassett would make this sing.
When have you been the happiest? Because you know, you've had a lot of...
I think now. I mean, I'm at an age where people told us there would be nothing for us. And I kind of just categorically rejected that. Wow. And probably about 2 years ago, I started really working on my self-worth. And my world opened up. And when most careers are starting to shut down, mine is taking off. I feel like an ingenue at 45.
How important is it now in the environment that we're in that people like yourself take the bull by the horns and start doing their own thing?
People are split here. Do you make your opinions known and run the risk of it affecting your bottom line? Or do you speak your truth, zero fucks to give, and let the chips fall where they may, and whoever fucks with you, they fuck with you, and if they don't, they don't.
I think it's the latter.
For me, it's the latter. I emptied my basket of fucks. There's nothing left. I just speak my truth.
Right.
And there are days where I'm like, I don't feel like death threats today, so I'm just not gonna, I'm gonna hold back today.
So what do you mean death threats? What are you talking about?
Oh, baby, when you speak your truth as a woman of color, the venom, not just nasty comments and trolls, I'm talking about die, bitch, I know where you live, bitch. And you, because you don't know how nuts people can truly be, you have to take everything at face value. So there's just some days where I'm like, I don't feel like being told to die, bitch, not today. Whether we are, you know, big stars or just, you know, struggling, whatever. We don't feel worthy. We, like, a lot of us really struggle with our sense of self-worth. So you could go through 50 comments, all good. You're amazing, you're wonderful, you're this, and you're like, I know somebody out there feels the way I truly feel about myself, which is you ain't shit. And you wait, you scroll, there it is. And the one comment out of 500, that's the one you never forget because inside, deep down, you haven't gotten to. That's how you really feel, and you found someone to validate that feeling that you have about yourself.
But do you feel that way? Do you feel?
I did. I
sometimes?
used to.
You used to.
I used to. Yeah.
Here we are, off script. We talking about the movie, breaking in just a little synopsis of it.
So it's a movie about a woman whose father passes away. What she doesn't realize, her dad was into some bad stuff. It has attracted some bad guys to the house, unbeknownst to her. And she steps outside for a glass of wine and all freaking hell breaks loose. They take her kids hostage and she has to literally break in to save her children. And the whole time the bad guys are like, it's just a woman.
But they didn't know it's Gabrielle Union.
They didn't know.
If Gabrielle Union your mama, you know somebody's ass about to get broken in half.
Could you imagine if we flipped the roles
That's what
of
I
how
was
most
gonna
romantic
say.
comedies?
What role would you take from back in the day that was a man's role, but you would take it and put your spin on it? What role would that be?
I might want to be Warren Beatty's character in Splendor in the Grass.
Ooh, wow.
I mean, he literally drove Natalie Wood crazy in the movie. That is a plot point that a woman would never come up with. Like,
oh my God.
Those are the differences between having inclusion in a writer's room and not.
Oh my goodness.
Like, how good is the dick that the bitch went crazy? Like that's not a thing. Ain't nobody gonna need like medication because like the dick left. Like that's not a thing. That's something that happens
on what dick you're talking
in
about,
men's
though.
minds.
Just depends on which dick you're talking about, Gab.
Oh Jesus.
No,
Jesus.
I'm just serious. We're gonna do a scene
Yeah.
from Boomerang. I'm gonna play the part of Halle Berry.
And I will be Marcus.
Marcus. Okay. How'd it go last night?
It went okay.
Just okay? Must have gone pretty well. You didn't get home till the middle of the night.
Yeah, well, I went for a walk so I could sort some things out that was in my head. You know, I was tripping on it.
Like the fact that you're still in love with Jacqueline.
Or Jacqueline?
That's what I...
Jacqueline?
Jacqueline? You only love your damn self.
How could you say that? What? This is the Jedi mind trick that dudes use. What? What? How could you say that? I never cared about you. Jacqueline says that I'm a better person now. And this is where the real fuckery comes in, and I owe that all to you. You are the reason I cheated on you. Don't you see that?
You just love her long hair. And the fact she used to go out with Mike Tyson. I'm out of here. I get the rest of my things later. Let me just tell you one more thing. I might be all glamorous, and I don't have to have a weave all the way down my back, but let me tell you one great thing about me, all right? I got heart. You know that? And the bad thing about having heart, man, is when it gets broken. When you deal with people like you. Stay the fuck out of my life.
And the way the scene really ends is he's like, Jacqueline! This bitch is crazy. Y'all know she's crazy. Everybody knows she's psycho. She couldn't deal with it.
My great friend, who's a legendary actress, legendary philanthropist, legendary women's activist, and
Best-selling author.
Best-selling author.
Clothing line.
I
sell watches and wine.
She sells watches and wine. We're gonna check out your trailer.
Please do.
And thank you for coming and hanging out off script. Jamie Foxx, this has been amazing. Love. Here we go. Breaking in. Let's take a look at it.
What's wrong, Mom?
It's not your job to worry about me. It's my job to worry about you.
Mom?
You made the biggest mistake. I'll do anything to protect my kids.
Breaking in, rated PG-13.